What screams this person peaked in high school to you? My dad's oldest friend spent his entire adult life talking about his high school days. Dad says he was a very good-looking and popular guy at the time. Well, call him Tom. Tom made good early life and was a very successful salesman until he had a heart attack at age 33, which pretty much ended his professional career. From there, Tom worked a variety of odd jobs because he just couldn't get his act together. He became overweight and lost most of his hair and looked nothing like his younger self. Eventually, Tom found himself living out of his van and having to constantly borrow money from his mother and friends to survive. When they had their 25th graduating class reunion, my dad said Tom was the first to arrive and the last to leave. Tom, who was a regular fixture at our home in the 1980s, spent the next 2 months talking to my parents about how much fun he had at that reunion and how much enjoyed seeing everyone again, and how he wished it could have lasted forever. Sadly, Tom passed away a few years later at 47 from another heart attack. He was a nice enough guy, and I am really glad he enjoyed that reunion. All their stories, all their accomplishments, all their successes they mention were during high school. I coulda went pro if I didn't blow out my knee in the playoffs senior year. We know, Mike, you never shut up about it. Still bragging about your SAT score 10 years later. I graduated in '05. I was sitting at a tire shop waiting for my truck to get done, and an employee slightly older than me walks up to me and asks me, with no previous interaction, if I played football in high school. Wondering where this was going, I responded that I did, but I wasn't great at it. He asked what school I went to, and I told him. Then he starts talking about himself, how he was all conference, and walking me through all of his high school accolades. I never asked for this conversation. I just sat there wondering why this nearly 40-year-old, wildly out of shape, tire shop supervisor was telling me all of this. Then just as soon as it started, he bid me good day and walked off. It was bizarre. The best comparison I could make was that he was like the manager Dan from the movie Waiting. That was his vibe. That's how I knew he peaked in high school. Someone who keeps talking about it. I don't mind sharing events of the past, but it's been 14 years now since high school for me. I've worked a lot of places and done a lot in life since then. Hope to do even more and make more memories as I go. Getting in fist fights as an adult, especially at a bar when you're drunk. Being in an MLM. I had a conversation in a bar with a drinking buddy years ago. The guy kept going on about the one that got away. How perfect she was in their chemistry together, how natural it was, how he hasn't felt that way about any girl since yada yada. He was feeling pretty sorry for himself and uninterested in meeting anyone else because they could never compare. When I asked how long ago it was that she moved away, he said 8th grade. LM foul. Inviting your high school friends to join your MLM, so you can afford to take little Hayden Braden Aiden on a cruise with your boss babe TM dollars. Still wearing class ring or Letterman jacket. My dad regularly watches videotapes of his high school basketball games, so probably that. Going back to the high school for any and every event. Bringing up high school sports when you're 40. Difficulty adapting to new environments, challenges, or responsibilities beyond the structure and routine of high school life. Married high school GF cheats on her at the neighborhood bar and gets into fights. Bully mentality and close to the rest of the world. Some of these are accurate. Some sound like people venting about things they don't like. Scrolling through here just to make sure I'm not doing anything y'all are saying. I'm in the clear so far. They'll scream at their kids at their sports games as if it's a world championship lol. Mean girl energy over the age of 22-23. It gives either you peaked in high school or you were bullied in high school and continued the cycle because you want to know what it feels like.